This is everyone's favorite segment, and it is called Dave Meltzer's Dumb Moment of the Week. So, this one involves Bryan Alvarez and Wrestling Observer. You guys know how the segment works. It's not just Dave, but it's a combination of sort of just Wrestling Observer and Figure 4 Online. So we covered this on the last show because I had responded to this, and Bryan Alvarez said, very unlikely NXT beats Dynamite. Now, my response to this was, you know, they already do beat. People were liking it. We're liking that. That my response and everything like that, but like if you chop out the pre and then overrun, but we already covered all that. So and I also said that he may have been being sarcastic, like, yo, it's unlikely. Like he's sort of saying because Cody Rhodes was on NXT that he outdrew all of Dynamite, which like would be funny. Like, but I don't think he would undermine AEW and his friends like that. You know what I mean? So who knows? Either way, it's pie in the face. It's on Bryan Alvarez's part. And then what happened in the ratings was even with the overrun, even with the lead in,
didn't make a difference.
Beat that out of AEW. Yeah. And here's Awful's chart. Shout out Brandon Thurston. So here's Awful's chart here, 681,000 viewers. Who made this? This thing's hilarious.
Big shout out to AEW Disciplinary Committee. It's an ingenious move. I love the suggestion by Brian. Like, I hated Brandon telling me, like, oh, you should make your own chart. And then ADC was just like, hey, dude, let's make our own chart. And that's exactly what we did.
It's genius, dude. And like Bruv versus Phoenix.
Competition is good. Competition is good.
Yes, definitely.
Dude, the Bruv versus Phoenix popped me so hard. And yeah, and so like, I don't know, man. The ratings they lost to NXT. We've covered it ad nauseum on this show, but basically we got all of the cope because then instantly, and like this happened on the show here. We'll play this clip. We talked about it.
Still to come tonight, but right now we're in a battle between two men looking to be.
This guy bigger than Perry right here yelling at him. Yeah, you got choked out.
He couldn't wait for Jack Perry to test him. He couldn't wait.
He's not selling it. He's not. He's like, he's right.
Right.
So like Dave. So Dave Meltzer and these guys like come out and they're like, actually, well, where the is it here? AEW. Well, he's just okay. So what happened is, I guess in the key demo, AEW finished with a .023 or 0.23, and then NXT finished with a 0.22. So they're like, oh, actually, that's higher than a 2.3. So right here, Brandon Thurston does it. The number of viewers in the 18 to 49 on NXT was 284. For Dynamite, it was 297. So now Dave's saying, oh, they beat them, right? And against NBA Finals on ABC, Dynamite was number 2 on cable, behind USA's men's soccer, which had a whatever in the demo. Dynamite outranked the simulcast of the NBA game on ESPN with Kevin Hart. And then Dave Meltzer, so someone says, did NXT get a higher rating this week? And Dave Meltzer says, nope, 0.23 for Dynamite versus 0.22 for NXT. Obviously, AEW had the tougher competition as well, but NXT had more viewers. So he's citing the key demo, but then you scroll up here, and here's Dave Meltzer saying, look, I got it right here, drum roll. Here's Dave Meltzer saying, ratings are by viewers, not one demo. I made that clear last night. When people are comparing, so he's just a dummy, okay, pure and simple. Like dummy, this guy is talking out of his mouth, the side of his mouth and his ass at the same time, which is ludicrous. And yeah, dude, like it's always just flipping around and flipping the narrative depending on whatever works. But NXT beat them, period, point blank. We've pointed it out a million times on this show. Dave goes on to say AEW is in the entertainment category in WBD, not sports. Sports airs live in all time zones. Entertainment is staggered for the West Coast, just like Raw, SmackDown, NXT, which also don't fall into the sports category on USA and Fox. Sorry, go ahead.
This is the same guy that says it's a sports guy. Dave Meltzer. Isn't he saying like, oh, it's one of the UFC thing? I'm like, what? He said remember when Bryan called him out for saying like for the overruns, Alvarez.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Oh, but it's like a sport." He called it a sport. Now he's not saying the sports.
It's so ridiculous, man. It makes
remember that Alvarez first call said, "Why are they doing the overruns? Why aren't they telling the station to do the overruns?" And now he's saying, "Oh, they're not in the sports category."
Right. I know, man, and that's the thing. It's just a TV show, so it just drives me insane that they think, oh, if because NBA left TNT, there's more money for AEW. Like, no, that's not how it works. That's not how they look at it. It's so stupid, and it's just crazy that like he's doing this now. It's just absolute cope of the highest order, and yeah, man, it's actually quite disgusting. And then Dave goes on. He talks about the Jack Perry match where people are clowning him, and he goes, the finish to the Perry Dustin Rhodes and the lack of selling from Perry from the Shattered Dreams, because Perry like no-selled the move, like Dustin Rhodes' finisher. And he's like,
oh, Jesus.
People will look at that and go, oh, Jack Perry, but it's like, I'm sure Dustin Rhodes was heavily involved in this match, because watching the match, it was a Dustin Rhodes match rather than a Jack Perry match. So Dave's sitting here saying,
what is the Jack Perry match? Sorry,
yeah, dude. What is the Jack
match?
Perry match, dude? Real glass and like. So he's like, no, it was a Dustin Rhodes match. So the fact he no-sold it's okay, because like, what does that mean? That doesn't even mean anything, dude. Dave's such an idiot. And so he goes on to say, so Dustin was in charge. Dustin got all the experience, has got all the experience in the world. Yeah, we know, but that doesn't mean he can control how other people's bodies physically sell. Like, it's so stupid, man. It's the dumbest thing ever. Yeah, I know there's a press conference. I'll check it after, guys. We'll probably cover it on the pod on Monday. But Dave goes on to say, I would think that Dustin, being the veteran, was probably involved in laying out the match. So he told Perry to no sell. Like, maybe he did to try and help get him over, but that's so stupid, man. Like, the Shattered Dreams kick should be something. It used to be a finish. It should be something where you don't just go right back to offense the next second. Yeah, Dave, that's everything in AEW. That's everything in AEW should be something like, it's just like we said, dude. Cody Rhodes is crawling for the handcuffs. He puts them on, he fits them on, and the crowd's going, this is awesome, while the dude's like scratching and crawling to the ropes. That means more than doing a tope suicida. Like, look at Priest. He almost goddamn killed himself, deleted himself, pardon me. Sorry, YouTube, flipping off of the rope there, right? He got tangled up. So, and then Dave's going, oh yeah, it's whatever. It's a Dustin Rhodes match. Like, what does that even mean? That's the stupidest anyone's ever said ever. In other AEW Dave news, he says that the Maximum Male models are scheduled to be at AEW Collision. So we're fans of them on the show, and they're just going to go there and do a job. But like, I don't know, Collision, whatever. Wish them the best. They're going to do the Maximum Male models gimmick on Collision too. That's weird. Time Cop. It's like Inception, It's like, what? How does that work? How does that make sense?
What is the draw of that? What's the appeal?
Well, is WWE going to be like, you can't do that gimmick there? Because they're kind of being nice, letting them do the gimmick on the indies as it is. You know what I mean?
I don't think WWE cares. WWE's like, you guys can do whatever you want. I really don't think they. I think Triple H. It's not Vince McMahon's company. It's Triple H's company. Triple's like, whatever you want. Like, it's like, because if it makes them, you know what I mean? Like, if it makes them, because I think that it was WWE who did that, who made that gimmick.
And right, and with those ass ratings though, Connor, Bryan Alvarez tweets out, Wrestling Observer Live, best Dynamite in months and why, NXT ratings and more. And that's to do with where we just saw that. And it's like,
and if you look at
it's
the
just
comparisons, look at the year-to-year comparisons.
Tell us what you know, you goddamn liar! They're just lying, dude. It's just
year-to-year
so
comparison
ridiculous.
is also being. I look at the WrestleNomics thing, shout out, whatever. AEW Dynamite in quarter 4, 2024 is minus 14%. Rampage is down minus 33%. AEW Collision is minus 39% in quarter 4, 2024. And then NXT is up 9%, and WWE Raw is minus 3, and SmackDown's minus 2.
Yeah, dude.
It's like what else do we need to see here? They're down tremendously. Like AEW, NXT, Raw and SmackDown can be down minus 2 and 3 because they draw on 1 to 2 million viewers a show. NXT
Right.
up over Dynamite by like spades. And it's honestly, I'd rather watch NXT then watch Dynamite.
No
I'll say that
doubt.
up front. It's like why would what's like we have one show where you have interesting stories, developing talent, all that stuff, and the other show it's like okay, so we're just gonna flip around for like
it's trash, bro. We know.
I mean, I always say it so many times. Like, what is the benefit of watching Dynamite?
Well, I'll tell you. I'll tell you right here, the bots can come out and get paid. So here's a bot comment. We've seen a bunch of these bot comments. Watching AEW Dynamite is a must. Despite their viewership dropping below 700K, it's still worth watching as they face tough competition from the NBA Finals. Stay tuned for more exciting moments.
Did Tony Khan write that? I think it was Tony Khan. I don't think Tony Khan wrote that. It doesn't sound like a robot.
This random guy, Rowan Clark. Like
awful. I would suggest you copy these tweets down, put them in a book too.
This random guy too, Rowan Clark, with a dinosaur profile pic, like that's fake. Damian Priest is walking up to the press conference limping, folks, either still selling brilliantly or
he's hurt.
That dude's hurt. Yeah, I think he's hurt, bro. I gotta be real about that. I think he's hurt. So then, yeah, just remember what Dave said here with the coping. Nope, 0.23. And then it just galvanizes bots like this. And shout out this guy, Uzi, for tagging me. Bruv, maybe time to add a new segment for Smark's Dumb Moment of the Week. Nah, it's for Dave. But Dynamite will still beat NXT with the NBA Finals on. Or Dynamite still did. Like, not will. They did beat them. And it's like, because Dave says this stupid. And that's the problem. The viewers were 681. Awful was here with us, and here's his video on it. Let's play this here. Hopefully we don't get pulled for the music, but we gotta do it.
As the action.
That's so funny. But yeah, so Bryan Alvarez, very unlikely NXT beats Dynamite. And speaking of Marv, he goes, let the excuses begin. And they did, bro. They came flying out left, right, and center. And that was a great edit by Awful. And then I have another edit here by Alfred Konua, friend of the show. So at This Is Nasty says, Dave Meltzer, but if his life was a game of Super Mario Bros. And this is the greatest edit ever, dude. Oh my God, I love this so much, and I love Alfred Konua. It's a Dave in the life of Meltzer. Check out PWB's new special report on AEW's TV deal streaming now, and I encourage you guys to check that out. I'm going to have Alfred back on the show sooner than later, and
I love his stuff. He's so funny.
Yeah, so this is awesome
so
here.
Funny.
So this is Super Dave. I hope Nintendo doesn't hate me for this, but we're a million stars. A million stars.
Jesus.
He's throwing hammers.
He's funny.
Oh my God.
But I think what AEW needs to do is really like, let's be honest, like the only thing that's going to change that is when Tony Khan says
random trolls. Tony Khan. Hi, Tony. Thank you for, thank you for bringing my Wrestling Observer. Please, put it this way. Please have Ospreay. Please have Will Ospreay. I mean, please have Will Ospreay, put it this way, in Japan on April 4, 2021 at Sakura Genesis. Will oh my God. Please have Will Ospreay win the AEW World Title at Wembley. Here's 6 stars for your troubles. Holy! Oh, that was Jim Cornette throwing tennis rackets. Oh, dude, this video's so goated, man. I didn't notice even. And then it's Alfred. Yeah, he always puts himself over. Good for him. Twitter cesspool jumps in. Holy man.
Jesus
oh my God, that is such a brilliant I don't know, man.
Alfred's he's a joke.
Round of applause for Alfred, dude. Cornette throwing the I didn't even notice that the first time I watched it. That is absolutely insane. I got a couple more for you guys. So at Meltzer said what? We love this dude. And or here, and then Real One we talked about before, but Bully Ray just cooked him. Like Real One's like, I can't believe I'm getting cooked for wanting Mina Shirakawa in AEW. And then Bully's like, not true. You're getting cooked because you're a mouth breather. And then it's L from, I don't know. That guy's just always fooling. I like to clown on him. But at Meltzer said, what, a quarter of a century later, and still every historical piece acts as if Bret Hart's last WCW match was at Starrcade 99 against Goldberg. He had 9 more matches, including a Goldberg Nitro rematch the next day, a hardcore match versus Terry Funk, and a title match versus Kevin Nash. Actually, sorry, that was for Who Killed WCW, so that's not what I wanted to read. I wanted to read more Meltzer here. So Meltzer says he's of the belief Gable will be staying. Sorry, botch, dummy by Phil Marks right there.
Dummy, yeah.
My bad. Meltzer says it's the belief Gable will be staying with WWE. Well, he stayed with WWE. He is there. He's staying, and that is a known thing. So Punk came out at the press conference, just so everyone knows. I'll cover that, and he came out with baked goods, it appears. So I'll cover this on the PWT podcast. And then it says that it would appear right now the big destination match for Cody Rhodes would be Solo Sikoa, which Solo came and faced off with Cody here at Clash at the Castle. So Dave Meltzer's smart moment of the week. Whoa, 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 whoa. I need like a brass wind orchestra to play that. But yeah, he was right. Solo came out. I kind of clowned on him for that one, but yeah, because he just sticks his neck out there, and he just sticks his neck out there, you know, and he just like says, so you don't know if it's real or not. But then Dave goes on to say an unnamed WWE star commented on the Ricochet Braun Breaker angle from this past Monday. I don't believe this. I don't believe he talked to a big WWE.
I don't think anyone talks to this guy, to be honest.
Yeah, so Dave says one WWE star noted to us that it seemed way too elaborate of an angle to do for someone leaving, especially with the involvement of Irvin in the angle, although they also were under the impression he was leaving. So again, Dave just saying, well, it could be this, but it probably could be that, but it really could be both things if you $12.99, Brian. So yeah, that's just funny. Yeah, Gable staying. I got a couple more for you guys, Dave here. Is this Dave? Yeah, Wrestling Observer. WWE was not wanting to lose Ricochet, and the angle with Braun Breaker was done to give him a great reason to return if he had second thoughts. WWE had ideas for him both if he was staying, as well as ways to write him out, but those in WWE confirmed that the belief there he was leaving. So again, Dave just saying, oh, it could be this, it could be that, it could be both things. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter because Dave's just guessing when it comes to WWE. Let's see. I think I got another Dave for you guys here. Just never forget this, though. This is the key thing. This right here. We can never let him forget that he said this, that he tried to say the key demo matters more than the overall viewership. We can never let him live that down, PWT universe. Nah. So here we go. So Bryan Alvarez, we have a Dave Meltzer conspiracy theory, but here's a funny one from Alvarez who commented on the Trick Williams Cody Rhodes cookout segment. Who's with me, chat? Let's hear what Alvarez has to say. Man, this kind of popped me. Like, I'm not mad at him for this. I don't know. I've seen people split. I just thought this was funny, kind of. But yeah, here's Alvarez referring to. So if you guys didn't watch NXT, like Trick Williams, Cody Rhodes was there, and Trick Williams like, Cody, with July 4th around the corner, I got to ask you, are you going to be at the cookout? And Cody's like, yes, I'll be at the cookout. And it was like, so.
Cody wishes him luck, and the crowd pops. And then as he's leaving, Trick says, hold on a second, one more thing. 4th of July is around the corner. Are you coming to the cookout? And the place goes nuts. I guess they have a local cookout at the Performance Center for the fans. And Cody looks around. The place is going nuts. And he says, yes, I'm coming to the cookout. And they all go nuts. And guess he's going to the cookout.
Yeah. So the key to the
Cody wishes.
Dave. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was a lot of my, like, you know, like AEW came. They're popping for a statement that's a factual statement. This is like, oh, Jesus.
I guess they had a cookout at the PC for the fans. That's just funny, guys. That's just all in good humor. Punk said that he'll be at SmackDown in Chicago to give good news. Hell yes. That's awesome to hear. But yeah, so Cody was invited to the cookout. And so there's a big conspiracy, right? That never forget this though, guys. I will never let Dave live this one down. So there's a conspiracy afoot. The crux of the great conspiracy that WWE, where is it? I have it here, guys. I'm sorry. Drain Bamager right here. So at Drain Bamager, one of the AEW cultists, if you will. I follow them, I believe, and I'm not a hater, dude. I don't hate on this. You do you, I'll do me, but ultimately though, just spreading. Of course, if there was a conspiracy with WWE and AEW, they wouldn't be tweeting. They wouldn't even care or bring it up. But because the shoe's on the other foot, well, that's how it goes. So the Wrestling Observer newsletter and Dave Meltzer claimed that WWE has been ordering AEW Fast Nationals every week roughly since Nick Khan started. WWE PR also tried Tony Khan also tried to feed the numbers to a long line of reporters who long ago decided it was too shady. Dave, don't believe that. Cable Fast Nationals. What is he babbling about? Cable Fast Nationals must be requested and purchased for thousands of dollars for each episode, so the possible sources are far fewer than for typical ratings reporting. Liar! Tell us what you know, you goddamn liar! So I don't believe Dave Meltzer for 1 second about any of this, other than maybe WWE is quote unquote leaking Fast Nationals. But let's say they were, okay? Let's just do a conspiracy theory, an X-Files. Let's say they were leaking Fast Nationals. Who gives it? It's the real number. It's not like they're leaking fake numbers, except for when Tony Khan gets mad at Alfred Konua and claims that WWE leaked him this fake number that he can then leak out. That's not how he gets his info, man. He's looking at sheets all the time. And so I don't know, man. Dave's just blatantly accusing, and then he retracted and backtracked, and he didn't say as much, but he undid this post. Do you know what I mean? He deleted posts about this, and he's gonna get sued or something. It's just so stupid. He's liar!
Dummy. Yeah.
I mean, he should get sued. He needs to start report if he wants to call himself a journalist. Hang with the big boys, dude.
Yeah, man. So Connor, what do you make of all of this just coping, crazy, semantical, playing games with the numbers and being silly even when you can't do that? And then now, they're leaking the Fast Nationals. Who cares if they were? Cable Fast Nationals must be requested and purchased for thousands of dollars for each episode. So the possible sources are far fewer than typical ratings are reported. So Tony Khan could get the Fast Nationals and leak them for WWE. Oh, that's dirty business. No, it's not really though. It's so silly. Even if WWE was doing that, let's say they are, let's say they were, let's say they are. Who gives it? What the f does that matter?
It doesn't matter
it's
because
the real number. So the real number is going to come out anyway. So it comes out early. Okay, so you should be thanking them that they're getting their news cycle out of the way for you quicker. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
I think the company just needs to. I mean, here's the thing. Tony Khan. I think we're on. I don't know if you're on. I saw the. Remember everything about Tony Khan here. He's the. That's a hard way of putting it, but he's the uber sensitive billionaire's son. He's going to be and Dave is, I think, to have inherited that ability to be very sensitive about.
Right.
It's the wrestling business. Why are we so sensitive about this shit?
Man, because some people are just sensy, man. They're just too goddamn sensy.
I mean, you act all macho and everything. It's like with wrestling, the same thing. It's like they act all macho, but then someone says something bad about them, and they all. I mean, if it's untrue, then it shouldn't bother you, and you can just say look, redacted, or call Twitter or Facebook or Instagram and have them say TOS violation. I don't give a shit. It makes no sense to me. Why are these It doesn't matter. It doesn't. In the grand scheme of things, the tactics that WWE have employed before have been far worse
Right.
than whatever the hell Dave is trying to pull out of his ass.
Oh, I know what we'll do to turn things around. We'll reveal the numbers. We'll tell them who's going to win the title match.
Yeah, Bischoff did that and backfired.
Let's go. Yeah. Guys, and with that, that was Dave Meltzer's dumb moment of the week.